Hello, YouTube. Today I want to talk a little bit about relationships and how they work, what a good framework for relationships would be, and maybe how you can put some perspective on what relationships should look like. Um, First thing is that is very important is entitlement. Um, People always seem to think that they're entitled in a relationship because we're through media and through our families and things like that. We get this idea that there are certain things that we should expect out of a relationship. You should always expect the person that you're with to be faithful. You should always expect the person that you're with to behave in a certain way. And unless there's a conversation about this, you shouldn't really expect anybody to behave in any way. And even if there is a conversation about it, if they choose not to behave in that way, that is always their right to do. If we think about this, I have the right to do anything I want with my body. I have the right to do anything I want with my, with my heart, with my mind. I can write anything I want. I can do anything I want. And so but I don't have the right to tell somebody else what they can do with their body or what they can do with their mind or what anything like that. So even if I'm in a relationship with someone, that doesn't give me the right to restrict their activities in any way. I have no right. I mean, it should be just a blatant rule. I have no right to affect, to force a change upon another person, ever. It's very important. Secondly, I have, so that's entitlement. Also, let's just talk about it. Let's use an example of a relationship. Julie and Mark. Julie and Mark have been seeing each other for 3 months. They're both going to school together, and they're in high school. Mark has seen Julie after school getting into the car with a guy named Peter. He's a little worried about it. He talks to his friends and he says, I've seen this Julie's been getting into the car with this guy Peter after school all the time, and I mean I've seen it happen like twice now, and I don't know what's going on, man. What should I think? Because she's cheating on me. I know she's cheating on me with this guy. I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill them both. And then it just goes down this really negative path. Now Mark realized that he doesn't own Julie, and Julie gets to do whatever she wants. Then Mark realizes that his only option here is to ask Julie what the situation is. Just go up to Julie and say, Julie, in the last couple of days I've noticed that you've been getting into the car with Mark after school a lot. Or not with Mark, but with Peter after school a lot, and it makes me wonder, why are you there? Why are you doing that? I mean, it's not. I mean, are you dating him? I mean, is it somebody that I should be worried about? That's what communication does, and sometimes you have to ask these uncomfortable questions. That's an uncomfortable question. Of course, it's not going to be happy and easy to answer it. But we have this idea that everything in the world has to be comfortable in order for us to do it. No, I mean we don't want to do uncomfortable things, but we shouldn't not do uncomfortable things either. You have to remember that. But okay, so Julie. So Mark asks Julie this question. She could answer in one of two ways, or probably several ways. She can maybe she says that no, this is my cousin. He's from out of town. He just came into town. He's staying with us for a couple of weeks. Completely innocent situation. Or perhaps, oh no, yeah, I've been seeing this guy Peter on the side, and I've been not wanting to talk to you about it, and I'm really sorry, and it's just a terrible situation, and I don't know what to do, and whatever. So Mark has options at this point. Now, again, as I said, we have to reiterate: Mark has no right to tell Julie who she can and cannot be hanging out with, who she can and cannot date. He doesn't own her. He's just in a relationship with her. So at this point, Mark has three options. The first option is that Mark can say, totally fine, everything is cool. You can totally continue to date him and date me. We'll have a three-way relationship. You can date however many guys you want. I'll date however many girls I want. And then Peter can date however many of whatever gender he wants. So life is beautiful. Thanks for telling me. Or he can say, this is just too much for me. I'm out. Or he can say, all right, this relationship is untenable if you continue to see this other guy. I can't see continuing in this relationship myself if you continue to see this other guy. It's not something that I'm interested in doing. I'm going to exercise my option to leave the relationship if these things continue. If you alter your behavior, and then I might change my mind. But as it stands right now, if things stay they are, then we're probably going to have to end the relationship. And that puts the ball in Julie's court. And Mark isn't threatening to do anything that he shouldn't be threatening to do. I mean, it's not. He's exercising his option as a free agent to be able to do what he wants to do. He is exercising his option to walk, which is totally his right to do. He isn't saying, I'm going to hit you. He's not saying, or I'm going to make your life miserable. He's not saying any of these things. He's just saying, I will walk. And that's the only thing he has the right to say he's going to do. And now the ball's in Julie's court. Now Julie can make whatever decision she wants. With her own agency. She can say, well, I want to be in this relationship, so now I will then make a decision whether or not I want to. And she can say, what are my options of staying in this relationship? Well, I can have a three-way relationship with Mark and Peter, which I'm not sure if all parties are going to agree to, or I can stop seeing Peter and continue seeing Mark, or I can stop seeing Mark and continue seeing Peter. That's her options. She has those options. And okay, now I understand that the continuing to see all three people is kind of a weird option, but it needs to be put in there as an option because it's an odd option. Most people limit themselves to this black and white sort of, I can either be here or I can't. There's no in between. And that is an in-between option. It's a compromise. It's not a compromise that most people are going to take, but it's a compromise also that allows you to understand what your position in this relationship is. If you consider it, if you using your own agency, consider that Peter, that you, as Julie, we'll take from Julie's position, she wants to date, we'll take from Mark's position. He wants to date Julie and allow her to continue, not allow, but because it's not his place to allow, and if she continues to date, and be okay with it if she continues to date Peter, then that's triangle. If he says, that is absolutely not something I ever want to do, that's not me, I'm not going to do it, won't happen, then he has something to measure against his wanting to leave. It makes it a little easier for him to make that decision. Because if she was really important to him, and she meant as much of the world to him as he says she did, I mean, that he would fly to the moon and back for her, then he would also have no problem being in a relationship with another guy with her. So, if that's the case, it just kind of makes it a little easier to leave. Let me know what you think. This is a kind of a thing I've been running around in my brain lately. So, leave a message, talk to me about it. Let me know what you think. Later.